When young college student Hannah loses her mysterious partner, she is suddenly left entirely alone to raise their two infants in the pouring rain. But her situation is uniquely precarious. Her children are half human, half werewolf. The logistics of urban life quickly become a nightmare. Her toddlers chew through the apartment's furniture with feral jaw strength, and their late-night howling brings immediate noise complaints from neighbors and eviction threats from landlords. Hannah is entirely cut off from standard support systems. When her children swallow something toxic, she has no idea if she should take them to a pediatric clinic or an animal hospital, forcing her to rely on guesswork and library books. Between the rigid expectations of the landlord and the children's uncontrollable instincts, the urban environment offers no path for their survival. The family is squeezed out of the city by a society that leaves no room for their dual identity. Pacing quickens slightly. With her options exhausted, Hannah packs up her children and flees the city. She moves into a run-down, abandoned farmhouse deep in the mountains, miles away from the nearest judgmental neighbor. This isolation demands a grueling physical toll. Hannah spends her days repairing floors that collapse under her feet, and her nights reading agricultural textbooks, repeatedly failing to grow enough food, before finally learning to successfully till the soil. She embraces this exhaustion on purpose. This secluded mountain environment offers a blank canvas, a completely safe space where her children can express their dual natures without fear of discovery. By stripping away the rigid rules of human society, Hannah sets the stage for her children to eventually figure out exactly who they want to be and make their own definitive choice. As the siblings grow, their distinct personalities reveal a strange contradiction, starting with the older sister, Snow. Snow completely embraces her wild side. She races effortlessly through the dense forests, eagerly catches small animals, and acts with the feral aggression of an apex predator. Her younger brother, Rain, is the exact opposite. He refuses to step off the porch, bursts into tears at the sight of simple insects, and constantly wonders why wolves are always written as the villains in fairy tales. If we map their initial traits on a graph, we see a clear paradox. Snow plots high in the wolf quadrant, while Rain sits in human territory. The feral child embraces the wild, while the human-acting child avoids it. At school, peer pressure forces Snow to repress her instincts, crossing firmly into a human identity. Simultaneously, a bullied Rain abandons the classroom for the forest. Under a fox's mentorship, he learns to survive, completing his reversal into peak wolf nature. Exposing the children to the wider world pushed them to opposite poles. The pressure to fit in or seek belonging forced a complete role reversal, leaving them on two different sides of the wild. These deeply opposing worldviews inevitably collide in a violent physical brawl inside the house. Snow insists that they are human and must adapt to society. Rain fires back that they are animals and belong permanently in the wild. The fight makes one thing clear: their paths have diverged beyond repair. The family can no longer inhabit the same world, let alone the same house. The final fracture arrives during a massive torrential storm. Snow is trapped inside her school with a boy named Fuji, a classmate who has long suspected her animalistic secret. Under the immense psychological pressure of maintaining her human facade, Snow's control finally snaps. She transforms into a werewolf right in front of him. But instead of running away in terror, Fuji shows no fear at all. He accepts her true nature without hesitation and promises to protect her secret. Snow finally anchors herself to the human world. Her place in society is no longer a performance, but a reality supported by a genuine connection with someone who knows the truth. While Snow finds peace indoors, Rain makes an irreversible choice out in the storm. With the old fox dying, Rain abandons his mother and his human home to take over as the guardian of the forest. Realizing he's gone, Hannah frantically searches the treacherous, rain-soaked mountains. Exhausted from the elements, she slips down a steep, muddy slope and loses consciousness on the forest floor. When she finally wakes up, she sees Rain fully transformed. He casts one final look back at his mother, then sprints toward the peak of the mountain as the sun rises. Hannah doesn't scream for him to come back. Watching her son step into his independence,
her panic gives way to a smile of immense pride. Hannah's journey proves that a parent's greatest challenge is accepting a child's choice to leave.
She lets go of the life she built for them, so they can finally live the lives they chose for themselves.